Alright. I think that should work good. Alright. Oh, what? What up, Ben? Oh, dang. Look at you. Big baller Ben out here. So what do you do when pages are allergic to x-rays? You go in you go and tell them that you're going to do a test x-ray and make sure that they aren't, they're not too crazy or anything. What are you doing up? Well, I guess you can ask me the same thing. What am I doing up and everything like that too. Oh, it's good to hear from you again. Sorry about last time I wasn't able to stick it out with you in practice or anything like that. I'm gonna do that probably. Yeah. It's alright. Hopefully everything's going good over there, or at least just going. It's cool. I'm gonna try to switch. Yeah, definitely. Just as kind of like a word, kind of like a heads up. Probably not this Friday. We're gonna all get our CPR renewed and everything like that. So there won't be anyone in the lab or anything like that. But any other time, there's really not too much going on. So it'd be pretty solid at that point. But that's good. Good. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully they ain't keeping you too busy. I know the system, right? You know the system too. Let's see, what was I gonna do? That's right, I need to do this. But man, I haven't seen you on one of these ever since a long, long time ago. That's too funny. I bet you do work a ton. You gotta start climbing that ladder and start working smarter. Well, that's good. That's good that you're still kicking it then, cause man, and all oh yeah, are you getting annoyed by the new people? By the new people, like probably like my people that that we're sending over there. I doubt we have anyone over there at the moment, so that'd be pretty neat. Well, I'm pretty sure over at that place there's always a new something going on. Let me go and do this real quick. That should be good. All right. I need to go and boil some water. I'm pretty sure they have new people coming in. See? Yeah, right? Oh man. Yeah, I know. It's sometimes it's rough to deal with some of these new heads out there, but I'm pretty sure you got it down. I'm pretty sure you got them under control. But yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, there's nothing really different happening with us. We're always on the same string, the same wheel, going on and on and on. But you should be coming up on, hopefully, RDA stuff. Hopefully that's something that's in your camp soon. Oh, look at you. You were always good at X-rays anyway, so we knew you were going to be the person and everything because you're always practicing. You got good chairside manners. You were just the one, and that's all. And that's mainly you. That's all. That's all you and what you were able to bring to them. So you be proud of what you got going on there. Do that. Yeah, you got the magic touch. I am sure of it. Let's see. What is this one? Black? I need black. I need that. Yeah, not just a floater, right? Have you chosen your specialty? Have you found your niche on like, man, I'm just a root canal guy. I like being the root canal guy. You can probably actually recognize where all these are all the extra IRM bottles that I am reluctant to throw away, so I end up making use of them. What is this, blue? Yeah, it's blue. You're liking crowns. Are you doing like crowns, like scanning them, and then it goes over to like the CEREC thing, and then just mingle and everything from there? I'm pretty sure you guys make them over there, but yeah, crowns are nice. I mean, shoot, that's not really up my alley, but I mean, it's kind of lab stuff, related-ish and such. I mean, shoot, I have my little denture ring here. Let me see if I can get some focus on that. Bring that down a little bit. I got my little vampire ring that I just like make out of nowhere. I just wax it up and everything, but I need to actually take an impression of it and set it in stone essentially, or whatever. Lab crowns better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I tell you, those CEREC machines and everything, they're neat. They definitely are, but sometimes sometimes the lab work that comes back with the extra touch that they got is pretty neat too. But what about anything about RDA stuff? I don't think I missed it. But your time should be up, right? If you ever propose again, that ring will come in hand. Oh, easily, 100%. There's no way to say no to this. It's pretty much, yeah, they're gonna be definitely under my control at that point. Let's see. I want to do this. Got that. I got red. I need red. I need black. So I'm good there. I need to go and divvy up a green, a light green, like a really opaque white, light green. But yeah, pretty much on my off time. If like my daughter was like, "Hey, can you make me these earrings?" and I was like, "Sure, bud. Just go to sleep, and when you're asleep, I'll get these made up and everything. You can wear them to school in the morning." So that's what I'm here at the bench doing at the moment, just sub lab stuff, and that's it's enjoyable. And then also also going live and everything. That's kind of a new thing I've been doing lately, and it's been fun. It's been random. It's been fun. Waiting on the board. Those sucker fishes are taking quite a bit, but I don't know too many people that are in your track that would. I don't know too many people in your track that probably has gotten it yet either. I would assume that there wouldn't be, but if you ever like get a inkling to be like, hey, I'm just gonna go and give them a call, and that might even push your name a little bit quicker up the ladder, and that might be in your favor if that ends up working out cool. But I've had people once it's gotten like a month, once it got about 2.5 months or so, that they kind of assisted the board to take to take a look at their stuff, and it can help sometimes. What is this? Opticure. No, I don't need to use green yet. I don't need to make this one just yet. see, because I'm trying to think who's over there at the moment. I'm trying to think who's currently over there. Pretty sure all the same people, unless Lomas is not there anymore. Who knows? I'm kind of always kept in the dark on a lot of these things, but hopefully everyone that is there is doing good. Barely a week still. Oh no way! I swear, I don't know why my time frame on your set of people was so off, but I think it's because you had that early start that I'm like, this guy's been out there for like 6 months by now, but it really hasn't been that long. Hopefully they took care of you during that time frame that you were there. But shoot, I keep on getting whiplash on not on how long it's been, so... Sorry for the repeat. I'm pretty sure I ask that every single time I see him. Like, did they call you yet? But okay, it's gonna take about another month or so before. But they've been getting quicker. They have been getting quicker, so that's a pretty neat thing about them, which I'm super stoked about, too. Right about there. Zoom, or not zoom in, focus. Focus. Cool. Omar still's having trouble getting his. Yeah, poor Omar, but I'm pretty sure he has a bunch of things that are going to make it difficult in his time, sadly, trying to get that going and everything like that. I think even Gabby should have recently given it a try or something like that, but I'm not sure on hers either. She's kind of been out there for a little bit, so... There's another gal that's there, I'm not sure if she is still there, named Caitlin, that was one of ours, and if she's there or not, that's cool, but we've been always bothering her to try to get hers started and everything like that, but it just doesn't work sometimes, or people are just like, I'm in no rush, but I have nowhere to speak on that because I took 5 years to get my RDA when that time came, so I know the feeling of not liking money, so it just happens. It's Kate. Shut your mouth. No way. Neat to bring that up and everything, but that's so awesome. Hopefully, just be like, oh yeah, Miller wished you a happy birthday on stream or whatever. But hopefully they treat her right. I know that would have been exciting for. I know that's exciting for her and her family and everything. So cool. Wow. Hopefully and I'm not sure how you guys handle it over there, if you guys do like little celebrations or anything, but that's cool to hear, definitely. Let's see, I'm done with red. Let me go and do some black. Aw, Caitlin's birthday today. That's super cool. Cake and balloons in the break room. Aw. Well, I'm glad that they're taking care of you. We actually had a little career fair day over at work, and we had a couple representatives of the company over there, usually like our typical ones, and it was always nice to see them, but shoot. Every time they come on over, I'm like, oh, well, it sounds actually pretty neat out there. If anything, if I was to go back out there to the field, I want to try to go into the internet part of it all, the IT stuff, because it'd be kind of nice to weave the skills in there, or the break clause. I like that. Oh, I know what you mean at that point. Shoot, it's sometimes definitely is a struggle out there to find some time to actually get everything to fit. I'm done boiling my water. I don't need that anymore. Let me go and do I have pressure? No, I need to get my compressor back on. That's too funny. But you ain't moonlighting over there at your old spot, are you now? Put that off to the side. Put that over there. Let's get some of this. I need to go and get some more water. 1 second. All right, back to the bench. Ugh. But whether it was her birthday, we need more rooms now. The hardest part of the room is the seat patience. Is it like tiny rooms then? Is it kind of just like, oh, there's the chair and here's like 2 feet of distance between the chair and the actual like wall or something like that. But shoot, you guys got like 20 ops or something like that, don't you? 20, 17 ops, something like that. It's something insane that I've never gone through. That definitely you have that just extra experience. I'm pretty sure they got you on walkie-talkies over there too. $18. Oh wow, that's heavy, brother. Man, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. But that's definitely definitely how it is out there with those places. But shoot, if you can climb that ladder, you can get in pretty good somewhere. No walkies yet? Aww. It's all right. One day you'll get a little bug in your ear, and they'll always be confirming and be on you and everything like that. Maybe after the second story gets built. Shut your mouth. That's ambitious, but it is definitely not unheard of. And I would think that especially for that building, they would. Oh, I definitely can see that. It's either going to be the second story or they're going to build it underground. And it's going to be it's just going to be the where they keep all the screamers at. Yeah, but I guess you guys wouldn't really need that because the screamers pretty much head like right across the parking lot for you all. Or are you going back and forth between each when they need you? Because unless they want to have a nice view out the window to see just like the fields or that little furniture store that's right across the way or something. I mean, it's no lake. It's no lake's front view or anything. But this actually reminds me of back when I did my stream long time ago, and you're like, we need to get you a sign in there. It's Miller Time sign. I've been considering getting one I've been considering getting one also for my place for the bench. But it's got to say it's molar time. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling it should be dental related, along with being connected to me and everything like that. One day. I'm going to back this up here real quick so we can see what's going on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we got hot water. All right. So that, we can go drop these. Ow, son of a gun. Molar time, right? Where's my pressure pot lid? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. That over off to the side. Cool. Now, what do I gotta work on? I need to make this, but I have to ditch out my stuff first. Then I'll just use it in black. What is it? I need to start working on this piece. I've been holding off on it for too long, and I want it where to work, so that I can just be known as I already am, the weird dental guy. But I think it's about time for me to make the jump. I need to cast this sucker. So, what do I need to get this casted? I need to go and heat up my hydrocolloid material. So let me get that out here. Don't need a ring. Don't need a ring for that. Oh yeah. They just know. I made a set of and I think I actually have it on the stream as my profile picture, I believe. But where did I put that little thing? Yeah, there it is. I ended up making a. Is it gonna let me do it? Is it gonna do it really easy? Let me see. I guess it doesn't. It did it before. Is it because it's not a JPEG? Do you think I know what a JPEG is? What is this? Is it a PNG? That should work. What is this? Is it JPEG? It is JPEG. Okay. How do I do this then? I'll bring that sucker up. I'll go do this. Add a source. Image. Photo. Where is that little thing? Alright, there we go. Yeah, I made a retainer in a sense, but I pretty much just made a set of vampire teeth for good old Jimothy at the front, and kind of how it came out in the end with my rough, crude drawings. And I don't even think this was the polished up version either. But that was a fun one that I got to make on stream like this past weekend or something like that. Super enjoyable. Makes me want to make a set for my own, which is something that I just need to get up and just start doing. But oh yeah, let me see what I can do it for that. Let me take this down. Real quick, can I get along at the study guide? You want? Did they not? Did they never give you a book? Did they ever give you the book with all the note cards on the back and everything like that? Oh yeah, definitely, because those are prop pieces, right? Those are costume pieces. I don't think I need to have special things to be able to make that. But that's definitely going to be something that's seasonal type of deal. But if you do want a book, let me know. I got tons over there. I got tons over there in the lab, and I'll definitely get you one. trying to think who recently took it that was within your time frame that you would have known. Yeah, they did give me a book of flashcards, but the study guide. Oh, let me get that back. But this guy was better. Oh, you want the one that you want the law and ethics study guide that we had from class. Oh, okay, definitely. Yeah, I got all that. I got like every freaking study guide for all the different terms and everything made up right here, so I can easily just get that. I can easily get that. Yeah. Let me go and see, especially since those were mostly ones that I kind of created for the most part, or at least changed it from really dumb questions to things that kind of more make sense. Let me go and find them, and then I'm not sure if you still have access to your student email or anything like that, but I'm going to try to find a way to get it over or sent off to either your student email or through Teams. I'm not sure, whichever one that you still have access to, but that's how I'll probably send it over pretty easy. Let me get that looked at though. Let's see, we did that over in protocol. That one, study guides. All right. Let me see what we got up here. Teams probably best. Let me go and jump on Teams, and I can probably send it right on over pretty quick. So you just keep an eye on your feed, buddy. There you are. We've never sent anything to each other on this. That's funny. T22. I'll name it that. I guess I have to do it this way. Alright, they should have flown the coop and made it over to you probably within time or so. But yeah, just keep an eye out for that. That should reach you pretty easy, hopefully. I need gummy bears. You know us, dental people, we are terrible with the sweets. I need to make some. I don't want to make it yet because I need to carve it out. That should be it. I sent you all the study guides for that term, so it'll be like infection control, law and ethics, some other garbage. Was it infection control? That's right, because we do floss. All right, but it should be infection control, law and ethics, off the top of my head, medical office emergencies for one of them, dental laboratory removable or prosthodontist stuff, something along those ranges. But if you want the others, if you want any of the others, just let me know. I'll just fly them all over to you. It's funny because every now and then I get one of you's people's coming into the live stream, and I don't recognize it at the beginning. I'm like, who's this person? They're kind of being like talkative with me, like they know me. Then I actually go and peer in on their little icon, and I'm like, oh, I know you. You know me. And it just throws me off for a quick second sometimes. Alright, I need to get some of this stuff, which is not candy, and make it into a jelly form. So, I don't need a lot, but I do need... Sweet, good that you got them. Awesome stuff. I don't need a lot. This should be all that I need. Once it's melted down, I just need to get a nice box-like container to do this next step in, which I'll probably make with base plate wax, or not base plate wax, with a custom tray. Alright, so I got my little rock of hydrocolloid material, and this is neat stuff because it's pretty much another type of impression. We just don't tend to use hydrocolloid as often in the mouth, but it is useful in dental laboratory stuff because you can kind of hit it with heat, it'll melt down, and as it finally bench cools, or you put it in some ice water after it cools a little bit, then it'll solid. And then you do whatever the hell you need with it. And then when you're done with whatever you need with it, then you can just go and store it back away. And then when you need it again, just reheat it, liquefy, and just keep getting reuse out of it. So it's lovely stuff. But a lot of people tend to have the proper little melter for this, and I don't need it all the time. So I have to kind of get it, melt it as I go. And I need to cut it up a little bit. So I got this. See, it's small little chunks as I go. But I kind of talked to, if you're still here, I talked to a couple of the recent people that have taken the exam. One of them was saying that they focused a good amount on, they said they focused a good amount on different dental materials. So they're just like, oh, they talked about like cements and bases and liners. I was like, well, cool. I mean, at the offices that you worked at, then that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But of course, since like you work at this one company where it's like super standard that they use like Reliax or Panavia or whatever it is, all those brand names, you just kind of have to remember the actual chemical. So it's like, oh, we use Fuji. Okay, well that's glass ionomer. Or we use Duralon. That's what the hell's Duralon? Polycarboxylate? Yeah, Duralon's polycarboxylate. Or I use Panavia. That is going to be a composite cement on that one. So just remember back to when we did a lot of those cements and bases. And I think one of the study guides I sent you should have maybe some speak about that. And I think it would probably be in week 3. Yeah, we have our specific ones, exactly. And then you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then they bring up stupid ones like zinc phosphate has some bad tendencies, or what was it? A lot of times they bring up zinc phosphate. And they're like, oh, zinc phosphate is not good in certain situations. Or it'd be like, oh, the tooth is going to be irritated by a cement. Which one of these cements is irritating to the tooth or to gums? Well, that's zinc phosphate. The zinc specifically in there is going to be irritating because that's just what it is. And then on the converse side, they're going to be like, oh, well, which one of these cements are actually, what's it called? Or have a sedative type of thing. Look at you knowing your stuff. You got Fuji, you got Poly, Dical, Reliax. Yeah, pretty much all the ones that you're going to probably be challenged on. I'm sure that you all don't mix IRM more than likely still. You're probably using something like temporary filling material, and that's like kind of like a niche brand name, or you're using what the hell's that stuff called? Cavit, for just doing temporary fillings. I'm pretty sure there's like no IRM in there. If there is, then it's probably like super aged fine wine, brown and everything like that. But no, I don't think we have IRM. Yeah, not too many people are going to be carrying that, especially since it takes some, for one, I don't want to say it takes a bunch of skill, but if in a case where you have potentially like 18 people that need to all know how to work with IRM, they're like, you know what, just screw it. Just give them that stupid jar and make sure that they scoop it out and put it back, put the cap on just right. And then sometimes they'll even have those little capsules with the little nozzle at the end of it, where you'll just go and put it in the triturator or the amalgamator, and it'll shake it up and put in that special little squirt it into the squirt it into the tooth, and then bada bing, bada boom, all done. That's usually another standard way that they go. Endo uses IRM. Yeah, pretty much Endo is going to keep true to like those things, which I'm a big Endo fan anyways, so that's kind of super up my alley as far as stuff like that. Yeah, just kind of remember your roots. IRM. What is a relative to IRM that might be used in certain situations? What's one of IRM's other little, or we call it like the weaker brother version of IRM? Has the same 3-letter type of known as. It does soothe, definitely does. Let me check my stuff that's right here, doing good. And then, oh, you're all good. It's also super late, but ZOE, zinc oxide eugenol, ZOE. And that comes back to, well, I thought zinc was irritating. Well, the eugenol part of it makes it soothing, just like you kind of recommended. You're like, oh yeah, it does soothing stuff, but what else? I mean, the tooth's dead. Why do I have to use ZOE at all? But yeah, IRM, ZOE, those are probably going to be asked. They can be used as like everything. Remember, they can be used as like a cement, as a temporary cement. They can be used as a liner. They can be used as a base. They can be used as a temporary filling. They kind of got fingers in every single pile at that point. But keep remembering that. I think you brought up Dical earlier. Let me bring up the chat again. Good, yeah. Keep remember Dical. I'm pretty sure they have. You guys have. You guys probably either have Dical or you have Limelight, or I'm pretty sure you have both. But remember the chemical name, calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide is how they're going to phrase a lot of this stuff when it comes on to that piece and everything like that. What other things? Because she was mentioning, she said that and they all have different like test banks where it's like, oh, you got the one that asks a lot about cements and crap and everything. Well, on another one that another one said was they asked about RDA duties. Well, that's kind of normal. You're testing to become an RDA, so just know what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. Limelight, yep, Limelight is calcium hydroxide, exactly. Just with the added benefit of just hit it with the light cure, or yeah, hit it with the light cure and everything like that, and bada bing, bada boom, you got something going on. I know, I just kind of be like, oh, I light cure? Psh, let me just reach for that here real quick. I use it at the bench for my base plate material quite often, so I just have it. But yeah, but shoot, as it comes closer, and you're like, man, just last couple days before I go take the test and everything, I wonder if that dumb guy's live streaming right now at night or something like that. You can always pop it in. We'll bounce it off of each other. Be like, what's this question, this thing? I'll try to explain everything that I can. As you see, dental thing. Where's my finger at? Right there. Questions and answers. You got questions? Maybe I can answer it. Who knows? Maybe I'm just full of it, and it's also really late. I think my earrings are done, so let me go and get these out of the pressure pot here. And this is going to hiss in just a moment. I need to get this on out of there. But yeah, and then also if you ever have time or if you ever need to do it, usually if I have anyone come to the lab or anything, especially on like days that I can run like practice quizzes, usually I'll have you all take like 50 questions at a time and then be like, okay, let's go over those 50 questions, see what you got wrong, explain it deeper. All the questions and everything are based off of the ones that are in that study guide book that we gave you. So pretty much you already have the answers to it. You can always look it up yourself, but those are also another option that I usually have some students come back and they're like, oh, can we study for so-and-so and this and this? I'm like, yeah, sure. If you want to, I'm here for it. No matter what, we always got you. You're ours now. Alright, I'm going to pressurize this. Put that over there. But in the meantime, I gotta go and throw this into my little heater to get that kind of flowing. So I'm just gonna be back real quick. If I see you back here, when I get back, we can chat more. But definitely if you gotta go or anything, you always know that we're around. So I'll be right back. It actually doesn't take too long to go and to throw that in there. So, let's see, what do we got going on in the stream? Okay, we take that down. We got that good. All right, I'm gonna get RDA before the one before the ones before me. That is my goal. Oh, you definitely are. No, you're gonna show those fools up super quick. They're gonna be hating on you because of because once you get that in line and you get that rolling, the other people around them, the big wigs, are gonna be like, oh, well, hold on, what about you guys? Why aren't you doing what he doing? And then I know sometimes they have like these little agreements that they have some employees sign as far as like, oh, you promise you're gonna get your RDA within this amount of time or so on and so forth. And so that can also be something that kind of they run up on, is that little deadline that will come up eventually. That will come up. I need base plate wax. And I need this tool for this next part. Hopefully it lights fire. It definitely probably will. And with more RDAs and everything around you and such, it might even just take the load out of the load off for a lot of you to make things go a little bit more smoothly. But shoot, I know Denise has mentioned it a couple times. Oh, I bet she has. It's unfortunate to kind of have these people around that could potentially do it, but are not. So I'm pretty sure it will keep on going and going and going. But lately that we've been noticing is that a lot of our peeps that are out there are passing recently. And I think one of our statistics was just within the last month, just within the month of August specifically, we had 8 people that went to go and take the test, and 6 of them passed, which I feel bad for the ones that didn't, but they may have just ran into a really hard test bank, and it's difficult for them to, and it was just a difficult first try, and they just got to give it another go. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to just get back in there, even though I make it look hard because I passed it on my first try, but also I had, yeah, it is good success rates, thankfully, but some of these little punks just are Probably not. Either they're not looking forward to the responsibility, or they just, like I mentioned before, hate money. Whatever it may be. But shoot, I have no longer have any time to play when it comes to not making more if I'm able to. So it's a roller coaster that they'll eventually just realize that they need to figure out they're gonna stay on or get off. I need to go and make this into something. I need to make this into something similar to what I'm going to be using with this, which that's almost the correct size for what I want it to do. I don't need this. But yeah, it's been a pretty good success rate. Kids, families, responsibilities, yeah, exactly. And so a lot of them are, thankfully, good for them, kidless, and that's a good place to be for a good while. And eventually, yeah, like you mentioned, they'll enjoy our life soon. Well, hopefully you're having a decent time with them over on your side. We actually recently just got we recently got back someone that joined when you were here with us, when you first started with us and everything. And that student came back and was like, "Oh, I'm ready to start again. Where's this guy at?" And I'm like, "Well, he's already out there. He's done." And he was like, "Oh, so cool, it works." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it should work. The system should work. We've been working at it for so long." But it's nice to see things work out for y'all that have that extra push, that extra effort set in. I expect good things from you, but I'm not gonna hold you to them if you don't get there, so don't worry. Hey, look at you knowing names. You are the king at this. Yeah, he came back. He came back. What, did he message you? He exchanged numbers? What we got going on here? But he did come back. I don't know, because it was kind of odd, because I think he was in your class to begin with, and then he switched, and then switched again, and then had to handle other things. But yeah, he made his way back to us. So he started, so we're all polishing at the moment. Yep, military. Yep, exactly. The other child to mandatory things that we have to take care of. Alright. Let that do its thing. Oh yeah. We all did. And a lot of people still do, but for the most part, he's doing just fine. I'll be right back and you go check on my mix that I have over here. Where's my gloves at? Where's my heavy duty gloves at? Use that for now. Be right back, 1 second. Alright. Got my gabagoo right here for this next part, since we're kind of working on the ring at the moment. But let's see if this is hardened a little bit. It has. Good. Let me try to get this sucker fish out. Oh, the aches, the pains. This crap got hot. Let me change this real quick. All right. All right. Come on, suckerfish. That's the only thing I hate about putty. It's so rigid, but it's awesome stuff. Someone showed me that they can mix Dycal as a Someone showed me that they mix the Dycal in the temporary cement. So they're just in the temp crown. So they're just like straight up just using Dycal as like the temp cement, right? It works decent. It works decent. It's easy to. It's super easy to clean off. It has like a very like C grade like stick, which I mean, if you're only going to be wearing it for 2 weeks or whatever, it works just fine. And you don't need too much of it, so it's nice. It hardens super quick, so the cleanup is just super easy and everything like that. Out there in the field, I never used it like that, but I see no reason to not. There are some people that will do that. There's some weirdos that will go and use like a single drop of like flowable. Yeah, they mix it inside the crown to save time. Yep, I can definitely see that. I've seen people use like a drop of composite flowable resin, and they'll just go do a drop in there and then just seat it onto the tooth, hit it from the outside with light cure, and they're good to go from there. That's risky though, especially depending on how the doctor's crown preps are, because that will probably hold super good, probably a little bit too good, to the point where when you come back, either the patient, the assistant either gets it off, breaks it off, or doctor has to cut it off. But in practice, I've mainly seen, I've seen temporary cement, like whatever brand name it is. That's usually what I start with. If the person keeps knocking their temporary crown off, then I'll go and move over to IRM. If they keep on knocking it off from there, I'll move over to flowable, and usually that's about it. But if if Dycal works, I mean, as far as cost effective, Dycal's not too expensive, especially if you get the bottles. They last like forever. Composite is permanent though. The composite is permanent, and the thing that sucks about it is you have to meet this middle line where instead of having the tooth super dry, like how we would usually do with a lot of our temporary cement, except for IRM. If the tooth isn't dry and you're using IRM, it loves that. So you can use IRM in a non-dry area. But if you're using like Temp Bond or whatever the hell, Reliex in like a normal, in a permanent crown cementation or something like that, yeah, that stuff's got to be like dry as a bone. But composite, you kind of want to have you kind of want to have the tooth a little bit moist, not dripping wet, but a little bit moist before you do that, so that it holds on pretty well, or it fills in the undercuts that the doctor ditched in there, but it can slide or break its seal and then it just comes off. But yeah, composite resin that I've seen in the past when they've done that is pretty risky, and usually at that point it's either a lot of times when we do it on a person, it's because they already had a root canal. So we might just have the doctor come and just zip it off, or cut through the temporary crown and just use like a crown tapper or something, or an elevator to just crack it and crack it off. And so we already know that we're coming back to it with violence. If it was someone that, if the tooth was still alive and vital, then I probably wouldn't do that situation, because when I come back and try to rip that temporary crown off, it's going to be sensitive. And so you kind of have to just really weigh the pros and the cons. The thing that I don't like about Dical, even though it's only 2 weeks and it's not permanent and it's not going to be on there forever, is that Dical has a very, very slight irritating factor to it. So that's why we use it down deep in the crown preps, or down deep in the fillings, to irritate that pulp to say, hey, move away, so that we can build that secondary dentin. That's going to be a test question later on. But as a cement, I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be an issue. Probably wouldn't be an issue. It'd probably be fairly cheap, very easily accessible, and just mix it in the crown and pretty much clean free. Just probably mix in the crown with like a little condenser, or like a perio probe, or with the Explorer. Probably should be pretty quick and simple. I like the idea though. There's people that swear by it, but shoot, I've had people swear by using what is it called? By using Astroglide, essentially, as like a temporary cement, which sounds just super crazy, because how the hell are you gonna be using a lubricant as a temporary cement? It just doesn't make sense. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Dude, speaking of tooth vitality, I diagnosed a root canal off the symptoms before the new doc did it. I was proud of myself. I'm so glad that you can take those skills and impress yourself, because that's a super awesome feeling. And like you said, before the new doc did, were you like, hey doc, they're probably so and such and everything? Because that makes me happy to know that you got it down, especially during that time when we were going through tooth vitality. And I made those spirals to have kind of like that little, hey, what branch are you going off of? I even tested you guys with your final about like, hey, here's the symptoms, what's going on potentially for them. A lot of you actually did really good and hitting it on the nose of symptom, result, potential diagnosis. But that makes me proud. That not that often I get to hear something like that, and it always makes us feel even better, because that new doc didn't pick it up as quick as we did. Just teaches you who's really running the game, who's really got their things screwed on. Vet doc asked him, and he was thinking on it. Shut up. The doc asked him, and he was thinking on it, so I spoke up. You are too much. I love it. That is super awesome. Oh, that's so cool. You know I'm going to gloat to to my buddy over at work about that too, because that's just proud moments for us. That's your mom probably be proud of the dental world. So definitely keep it up. That doc probably has mad respect too. He's like, well, you have these two options. That doc gets super salty, which is a very high chance that happens. Or they're like, hey, I like this guy. This guy has my back on things that I'm just not caught on to yet. And he had to go to 4 years of school go to 4 years of school to be fluent in something like that. So you keep on ripping those ideas out there. You'll have a spot in that company or in his office all the time. I've had that where dentists, when the dentists finally go and get their own spot and everything, that they try to pull people that they were working with at that place, and they're like, hey, you want to come over with me so that you can start this office with me? And it's like, oh yeah, sure. So definitely a lot of fishing happening within our field and such. That's super cool though. Let's see. Okay, want this. I need to do something with it though. I'm starting an official doc, and I want. If I'm okay, I get you. Oh, absolutely. And especially if you start right there at the ground floor and everything like that, and you're the right hand man or woman, whoever you ended or whatever whoever they get. It's a pretty solid place to be. Is starting off on the ground floor and everything. I know you got that potential to make. I know you have that potential to make that work. Easy. But super cool. I'm just smiling ear to ear. My grin is super out there. My cheeks hurt from all this talk that we're going over on this. So that's super fun. Sadly, I don't got my face cam going on because it's all the hand motions and everything. Hold on, I'm gonna go and depressurize. All right, let's go get my pieces here. Cool. Get that over to the side for now. I need to do some wire bending while these things cool. So let me go and start on that also. And I want to heat this up a little bit. I need to go heat up my hydrocolloid up a little bit more. It's starting to solidify. So I just need probably about 30 seconds, and this will be back in its regular form. Alright, got my hydrocolloid back. PDS is nice though, because I can just transfer just about everywhere. Yeah, see, that's the thing that I was kind of thinking about that. too within that system is that I can probably, if I was to join the family and everything like that, that if I was to get one of those little training roles or Sarek or IT support or equipment repair, those seem up my alley to be kind of enjoyable, still within the field, just a slight little difference. But yeah, I can see that it's a super nice company. Plus, Stadium is a great place to work. People are great. Their sense of humor is legit. Well, that's good. That's what makes it just fun in general, is that you can have a light laugh at it and everything like that, and not everyone's taking it too serious or anything. But that's good. That's good to know, because that's a bummer when it isn't like that. So let's see. I want to go and put this down. I need to get access to the teeth so that when I set it, I can reset it back in its position. This is a hard situation because I don't have it down on a flat surface. But if I go and leave it standing up like this, then I can reset the teeth back in its position. No, but I should have it downwards. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and put this in here. I'm going to go put this in a container with the teeth facing downwards, edge of the tooth and incisal edge to the floor of the container, and then I can get going on that one. I'll probably use one of my mouth guards here because they have a decent size container. It'll actually probably be a little too extra, but I can make this work. I need to tape up these holes though on the bottom so I don't get a big old frickin' leak in it. But let me see what I got. I know I have tape here. Great place to work there, great sense of humor, and the humor is legit. That's awesome to have a cast of people that you can have fun with and everything like that. Shoot, and especially with so many of them that are there, it's like, just go and avoid those ones while you can, because there's probably a good set of them right around the corner from you. Just need that negative impression, right? Exactly. Alright, I got my piece here, my little container that I'm going to have, so it shouldn't leak anymore if I was to do this portion. I'm going to go and put this flat to the floor, and then this hot as hell. It's not hot as hell. Then I'll just give this a nice little pour on top, and hopefully I'll have enough. And I have a feeling I'm not going to, but let's just cross our fingers and hope that Miller is worth his salt and knows how to measure off just his eyeballs. It's pretty damn close. I'm actually pretty impressed of how close I actually got to just about filling this up off of just straight up just luck, essentially. Yep, actually that little last sloth should be perfect. Salt and pepper. And so good. Now I have my hydrocolloid in my system right there, which is good. The main thing I want to keep from shifting too much is going to be the actual unit itself. And so once this starts to get a little bit more solid, probably give it like another 10-ish minutes to cool down. Then I can go and take this to an ice bath. That will cool it off pretty good. And then, oh, I know, scrape that bowl, make sure there ain't nothing in there, right? Or don't waste anything. But I'll probably get this finished up probably by tomorrow night. I need something that's flexible for the rest of this. Where is my? Oh, you know what? Well, actually, because the nice thing about hydrocolloid, like I mentioned before, is, especially since that thing's pretty much filled up to the brim, is that once this stuff gets solid and cooled down, it just peels off like a face mask, and I can just add it back to the bucket, go on my day, and just move on from there. So that is the wonders of this stuff. It just keeps on going back and forth. It never wants to choose to be one side or the other. that's gonna be nice. I'm gonna go set that off over here. Let this do its action. Probably let it air dry as we go. Put it over here. Let's go back to my earrings that I'm making for the Dada. Facials, anyone? Essentially, well, they actually use hydrocolloid apparently in like little stickers or something that they put on their face for like zits and stuff. Guess the hydrocolloid does something specific. I don't know. I'm not a zit technician. Get those are blackheads. Yeah, essentially that's pretty much what they're using them for, and they became super popular. I just see my students coming in with little stickers and stars on their face. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? They just come from elementary school. Did their kid do them up? I mean, my kid gets me all set up with my foundation. She gets my eyeliner on fleek. My eyebrows are looking good. She makes sure that everything is solid about me before I go to sleep. So now I have to go and wash it off before I go to bed, or else I'm gonna forget in the morning, not look in the mirror, and then go to work and they're gonna be asking me, why does your foundation not match your natural skin tones? And then everyone's got a conversation to talk about with Mr. Moeller. With this, I need to draw out a plan for what I have going on here. That one's fine. I want to do something planned out with this. I did one yesterday. Make sure you have matching nails. Well, that too. That's of the utmost importance. But thankfully, she forgot about the nail polish and where we hid it at, and has now moved on to makeup. Makeup on Pa. And I tell you, if she's gonna do something, hopefully part-time dental, and then she can go do the rest of her other things that she wants to. But part of her time in the workforce is gonna be dental something related. Either working at the lab with me, or being an assistant out there. Whatever it may be. Let's see. Okay, so I got this, and then I need to make the paw. I'm trying to remember just off the top of my head how I had this set yesterday. I think that's pretty much it right there. Alright, so now that I have my set, I'm going to go and ditch out my paw print that I have over here, and then I'm going to go and also change or make small little divots into these little ladybug earrings that my kid wanted. And for that, now I have to move over to the actual trimmers and pick out one of my very exclusive burrs to go and take that apart with. So let's see what I got going on. Make sure that the streams are all doing healthy and such. They are looking mighty fine here. Cool. That's looking good over here. All right, lady. Hey. It's exactly what it is. Ladybug and Cat Noir. I already have ladybug earrings. I made them for my kids probably like a week or two ago. And then they're like, well, I want a set too. Make me a set. And I'm like, okay, I'll make you a set. And then the Cat Noir ring and everything. I didn't want to make a ring because they ain't going to wear it. But they would wear the earrings, so I'm gonna make a mismatch pair where it's gonna be one on the other ear and everything like that. So I am glad I'm glad you caught that. Not that many catch that, and that's pretty tight that I got a fan in the trenches with me, with our kids knowing it. But shoot, I never knew about it, and then all of a sudden my kid watches it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess let's watch this. And so me and my wife are all like me and my wife are all watching, and we're like, holy crap, what's happening here? What's the dynamic? When are they ever going to learn each other's identities? We got too far into it. Finally finished it, and then we finished it before my kid got finished with it because we're all enticed in what's going on too. But that is super funny. But shoot, if you go and show them, be like, hey, this weird dude on the internet's making miraculous ladybug stuff. You guys want some Halloween costumes? Maybe it's definitely something. That's what we were kind of considering, is doing Halloween costumes of that theme. I think it was my wife was gonna be standard ladybug. I was gonna do Cat Noir. The kids were gonna be the Kwamis or whatever, the little genies. And so one of them was gonna be Tiki. The other one was gonna be the cat dude, Plague or whatever. So still an opportunity to happen. Let me go and focus in on this one. So now I gotta do very precise precision cutting to get these to not look stupid as hell. So I know I can do it, but let's see if I can truly do it at 11:16 at night with actually no overhead light. That's my one thing too, is I need to get an overhead light for this so I can actually see a little bit better. And I have my vacuum over here to the side. But I don't want to turn it on. It gets loud. Okay, good. But I know you got the costume, so you better go and hand it off to someone that might be in need. I know you have the costume hidden in your closet from not too long ago. What type of burr am I using? Quick question. What's the burr type that I'm using here? You have 5 seconds to answer. Nope, that didn't help at all. Let's see. Damn. I was hoping to get you. You're too smart. You're too smart for your own good. And see, that's what I wanted to start this channel for, is just to have just random dental things to talk about, to kind of chat with people about. And I've gotten some different people come in and met some people that are usuals and everything, or I'll get like a person that's in the registered nursing program or trying to get themselves together, and they're like, oh, what are they talking about dental things over here? I wonder what the weirdo teeth people are doing. It is not a diamond burr. It is a carbide. It's got flutes on it, so it's one of the ones that we would use on a slow speed. But the slow speed ones that we put in the latch types fit into one of these laboratory handpieces, and so they're nice because they have that great cutting sense that I want. If I was to use a diamond, it would probably heat up my piece a little bit too much, and then it would melt the material, and the melted material would just stick to the diamond. So carbides work pretty decent at a decent speed to do what I want. But you tell those suckers over there that you work with, and be like, hey, you need to study? Go join the 10 to 12 o'clock session on YouTube. He'll help you out with some questions that you all have that they may ask on the RDA exam. And they can see miraculous earrings being made. think I'm solid here. I'll let them know, right? Let me see if I can get this one. I can't use a round burr on this one here, but I can switch off from my, I think this is a 6 or an 8 round. It's a large chunky boy when it comes to this one. But I can switch from my round burr, I'll leave it off to the side because I'm going to come back and use it every now and then, to my tapered Fisher burr. And then I can use that to get this symbol kind of ditched out. Hopefully it goes well. I made a pair of these yesterday and ditched them all out, or yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever it was. And it came out decent, but the shade on the shade of green that I used when I put it in here didn't really show through. It was too translucent. It was hidden within the black. So I need to go and tint it upward so it's opaque with the white. And then with that whiteness, with the super opaque green, that should show through a little bit easier. Oh, we have some people we have some people actually joining in watching the weird dental things that I'm doing. Or it might just be people that I know and they're just kind of being silent, but welcome to the stream and everything. If you want to ask any questions about dental things, just let me know. Apart from doing all this stuff, dental things is all I know. Dental things and miraculous earrings. Alright, so we got very, very rough versions of what I'm going to do here. Oh, actually that's pretty decent lighting as far as how Cat Noir's is going to come out. I just need to trim up the side a little bit. And so with that, let's go and switch to this. I'll go and put this one away. And I want a straight carbide. Let's back it up a little bit. Get the headlamp on. You know what? You're not wrong. I should have something. I should have a lot of things to make this easier for me, but I actually have an overhead lamp that I actually need to transfer into my workspace because it's not doing anything in the house doing where it's at. I just need to get that going here. And shoot, I don't even know, looking at this and everything, I'm not sure if you guys make temps over there, apart from probably like bridges. I would imagine that you'd still have to make temps for bridges, bridge cases, or I doubt implants too much for the healing period. But I know usually bridges aren't really covered under the Sarek. You've done some temps? I like that. I like that. Oh, that's cool. That's how it should be. You're gonna be like, oh, I've done some temps, and I polish here every now and then, and so on and so forth. I ain't mad. That's good. They're not too crazy, but definitely they can be odd sometimes. Let me go and kick on the vacuum here real quick. So I'm gonna pull this down a little bit. Lab crowns are cheaper. Some people still lab crowns are cheaper. Some people still go old school way. Okay, and I'm pretty sure it might be also just like a what's it called? A dentist profession and everything. Yeah, that's why I figured it's always gonna be like the dentist's call on what they want to use, but definitely it's gonna be a big push to Sarek it up, especially for just really pushing the narratives of crowns in a day, or whatever the hell you guys call it. Teeth in a day, crowns in a day. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Same day crowns. I think that's the verbiage they use when it comes to that. Got my hydrocolloid material here, and it is chilling out, but it still has a little bit of time before it is truly ready to actually start working on here. So I'm gonna go toss this in the fridge, get it to cool down a little bit, probably hit it under some water. Thankfully within this little container, it doesn't really go anywhere or move, so I'm gonna go and toss this in a chill box real quick. And with that, yeah, PSA CAD CAM. Yep, computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing or milling, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, definitely a big push to keep those going around. Now that I have my pieces here, all ditched and everything, I actually need to kind of give them a little bit of a buff and clean. Get all the crud out from the inside. You guys got a printer? You guys have a printer over there too? A lot of dental labs are getting into digital printers and making dentures that way, or night guards, or ortho retainers. I know you all have a bunch of different specialties that just kind of come in and out of that spot. So I figured you guys are probably doing that. You're probably using LPA a lot also, because they're kind of for the most part nearby. Technically, in my laboratory groups that I'm in, there's people that have made them work. You just kind of have to trick the system a little bit. You kind of have to trick the system a little bit to make a crown or to make a bridge. But for the most part, It's got to be very minimal as far as size. The span can only be 3, so if you're gonna get like a very tiny person's 2 premolars and a canine, or you're gonna do 2 premolars and the molar, but the molar is really tiny, they've tricked the system to be able to mill it out. No digital printers yet. Yeah, it's very popular out there in the labs, and a lot of people are spending a lot of money getting printers to print the different stages of things. So I can see that being in the running, that you guys are going to get more than likely something that's called a sprint ray. That's kind of one of the more popular ones out there to do a lot of the denture and teeth printing. It's wild. It's a super interesting thing. For myself, I'd rather just stick to the traditional methods of either packing and heat curing, or pouring, or injection for our flexible partials. I'd rather kind of stick to that, so I don't have to drop like $20,000 on equipment and the different materials that they need to go and make it. I'd rather just do it the old school way. Volume is still low. Oh, good. Thank you for letting me know about that. I felt like I was peaking earlier, where my voice was too high, but I think that should probably work right there. Let's go, and I need black. I need to have black. I got my clear, and I'm gonna try to get a very white green. So if I do probably 3-to-1, no, I'll probably need more, but let's see. If I do about a 3-to-1 mixture of these colors, I should get a lighter green that should show up a little bit better. That's just about how I want it to be as far as it showing up. Let me do one more drop of white, and if I don't like how it looks, then I'll add a green to it, and then I'll throw a monomer on top of it. I actually like how bright that is. So let me go add some monomer. I don't need that much for the green, but I don't want to be wanting for more in case I do need it. I want that to be a little bit more green. Okay, that's essentially what I want to have. That will work out. I no longer need green or white for this next sesh, but now comes to the semi-tougher part-ish. Now I gotta go and pour these suckers up. And this gets all over my fingers and hands, so for this one, my holding hand, because I can't just go and pop these sucker fishes right into here. Well, I technically can, but I'm gonna be... it doesn't shift too much. I can actually probably make that work pretty well now that I got them trimmed up. They'll hold decently. That'll work out. Perfect. Still gonna do this with my left hand then. Cool. Let's go ahead and get a close-up then. We're gonna go and sprinkle black monomer into our ladybug set, and we're going to be using this green garbage for the Cat Noir set. I just need a thing. Where's the latex, bro? Hey. You don't play around with you don't play with me when it comes to latex. If there's latex around, I'm gonna get it. I love latex. And I'm pretty sure it's probably like a mixed bag over there. But shoot, latex is where it is at, I swear. Let's go and do get some darkness in there. I do have latex somewhere around here. But I keep it away because my kids love it when I bring the latex ones out because they know I can make them pretty kickin' balloons. Make sure that that's nice and flat and actually frickin' pushed in. I'll do one overlapping drop of black so it drops everything into its place. Okay, then I'll go and freeze it with some acrylic. Inspect for any dead areas, which that's looking decent. Alright, now that we're done with that, let's go move over to my personal concoction, which is going to be this this mitten chip green that we have here. And let's go and light up a little bit of this space in here. And I need those. Okay. Tough thing is that this doesn't have a holder, so I just kind of sit it as so. Let's get a little bit of dust in there. Ooh, this is going to come out a lot better than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too translucent. Couldn't pick it out. You had to shine a light on it before you can actually spot what you're aiming for. Well, I can't wait for my kid to wear these to school. She's going to get mugged. She's going to get mugged at her thing on the recess playgrounds for her miraculous earrings by some Shadow Moth haters out there. Alright, I think I got my stuff all, for the most part, set. Put a little bit more freezing. Kids are going to be jealous. Well, for one, they need to start with being jealous, and then they're going to go tell their parents and be like, this chick over at school has so-and-so. Then they got to find me. And that's where I'm going to start making my moolah off on the side. The FOMO is going to hit the hardest. There's going to be a ban at that school on miraculous jewelry and jewelry-like accessories. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I just need to get mass production going. Let me go and pressure pot this up a little bit. 20 big ones, right? 20 big ones, and I'll even get them blessed. $30 for 2 sets. I like that marketing strategy right there. Alright, I got that done. Let me go and check, let me go and pick up my my tooth ring from the cooling jar that I have, and from there we can move over a little bit more. I'm not going to need my acrylic anymore. I don't reckon I'll need this, so I need a paper towel. But shoot, when are you going back to school so you can be El Doctor in not too long? Not happening. You're like, no, we're not going through this again. We talked about this. So let's see. I reckon this is still pretty. RDA's where it's at. Psh, I can see you. I can see that. Well, RDA, you're going to be an office manager. Someone eventually is going to be an EF2 in the near future. Who knows? But definitely throwing a couple extra letters on the end of your name would be pretty fancy. Ben Pinole. RDAEF2 OM OA, all the different things that we're able to get. But you can climb the company as long as you have that little licensure and everything like that. Just don't be moving too far away. Keep it where the RDA still counts. Yeah, RDAEFO. Yep. But no interest in any specialty, huh? Kind of just feeling the general nature of general and everything like that. You're not fiending for catching those root canal cases, or those extractions aren't just making you just antsy. Or I should also just kind of hit where the heartstrings have been weak. You been placing a lot of rubber dams out there? Or they Perio weirdo. Perio is nice. Unless it's the Perio to the point where it's just like implants or something like that. Perio, I can see it. It's neat. It's kind of satisfying. Well, look at all that crap that just came off of their teeth and just kind of got sucked up in way and everything like that. But I can see Perio being a thing. Okay. So this is pretty much done. I got my little wafer, and you can see the ring off on the other side, and I actually can feel the cusps of the canines that I have set up in here. No rubber dams for me. I need to get this out without just completely just wrecking the whole thing. So now I gotta do some precision cutting to free it from the marble. Where is my wax on, wax off tool that I like? This one should work. Wreck it. I'm just gonna wreck it, Ralph, huh? Let's see. The main thing is, how do I want to attack this? I want to leave the teeth where they're at. That's the main thing, is because I want the teeth to, when I take it apart, to set right back into place. So I'm gonna take it apart from where the gingiva is. And then once I get that freed, I should be able to go and slip the ring out. And that shouldn't be too much of a problem right there. Have you made your way to other offices or anything like that? Only Pedo. Well, yeah. Well, I can see that. It's right across the street from y'all and everything like that. It's cute over there. Temporarily, I'm sure. I know I'm not the type of person to want to spend all my time over there with the kiddos. It's nice, for the day. It's nice. I can see that. Get a break from the teenagers and the adults and the nonsense people being allergic to X-rays. But like I was telling you, we had a career fair today. And with that, there's a guy that comes over and kind of is the face for us when we have these little school events and stuff happening. We had him here last time. I kind of talked to him and I was like, hey, I know you guys have like super old Ceric machines. I know you guys probably have broken Ceric machines where they're really not too operational. They have like networking issues or whatever. Can you just kind of like pass one of those on over to me so I can actually teach my students how to do scans and everything like that? So I'm hoping I can get some word from him because I really want to get a Ceric system, even if it's just super old school from like 2010, that I can use to go and teach about it. Did I tell you about the guy who cemented number 8 back in his mouth? This sounds like one of my old patients at that point. I knew a dude that kind of did something. Well, what? No, you didn't tell me. You might have told my buddy, but I don't remember hearing anything about it. What you been doing? Who have you been telling the secrets to on how to get their teeth to be back in their mouth? Okay. No, I just tell everyone to come back with tooth in hand now. Don't be doing DIY teeth. Yeah, but don't be doing the stuff that dude teaches everyone over on the YouTube streams on how to do things, right? That's pretty much what I'm sure I would get flack from, is teaching industry secrets to the masses, to the public. That'd be my crime. Alright, so I got that going. Okay, I think I can remove this without too much damage happening to my impression. Alright. Let's see, test. Oh yeah, good. Good that you're testing that, because I was wondering if it was gonna pop up or not. I think my chat is, I think I have my chat not running through Streamlabs, whatever the hell it was called, but I have my chats ran through and transparented out, but I think I do need to make them a little bit larger for visibility. I think that's a little bit better too. Good for testing that. And actually, can I go and interact with your character? This. I can report you, but I don't want to do that. I can block you, but I don't want to do that either. I'll have to mess with trying to figure out chat for this later then. I don't even know how to get the hell out. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm trying to get my reach out there also. We can test that later. I'm trying to get my reach out there as much as I can. I have that little spot over there at the top right, in the upper left quadrant, that has whoever's probably coming in on it. Which it's a very scarce night. Understandable. No one wants to be up at like 11:51 out here to watch some weirdo. There you go. I think I got that figured out there. If it starts popping off, if it does, because right now the stream is about being at the bench and doing some weird stuff like this, but every now and then I go and throw on some video games that I play. So like I was playing Kingdom Hearts for like a week straight or something, and that got quite a few people to come in and be friendly with me. But if it ever started taking off, I'll be on that Patreon stuff too. But my next thing that I want to do, and I don't know if it's going to set off, but I want to make some parody videos, some parody songs, dental related, that I can shift a lot of the lyrics into dental related. So that might be coming out sooner or later. That your old buddy is belting out some tunes. And that's where we make it. That's where I'm going to be a star one day. Alright. Okay. Come on. I got it. Okay. It did not ruin the center core, which is awesome. So now with that center core where it's at and all this other stuff, I can get this ready for a pour up. And then we can make money from there. So I'm going to go and keep this in its case. Let me go and pull some of that extra off to the side. The main piece that's going to be not tough, but the next step is going to be removing these teeth from, removing the teeth from their holder and everything like that. And I need to steam these clean so I don't have anything on there. Oh, I had a guy get implants. Got head to sleep. Alright, see you later. Pretty much. And then let's see. I had a guy get implants in Turkey, and then come to us for crowns. We're like, make model veneers. We need some deals here. Oh, easily. Oh, that's all the time that happens. You get these peeps that are going to be like, you get these people that try to get deals, right? There we go. Got that broken off. So now we can go and break these teeth out, and I can go and run these in some boilable water. I tell you, when they go over to their different foreign countries and they get that dental work done over there and they come back to us, I'll tell you, sometimes it looks okay. It looks just fine. But when you see those really dicey ones where it's like, wow, they really took you for a ride, you feel bad. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't pay that much to have done to them what was done. But hopefully they got their money's worth at that point. I think my earrings are done curing. So let's go ahead and open this sucker fish up. Ready for the sound. Alright. Okay. Let's get this out for Meow. That will harden over time as I let it sit. I need to actually get some of this water. I need to boil it so I can make it some of my wax, my boilable wax water here. Yeah, his estimated cost of the crowns was 3 times his, oh hell, let me read that for Let me read that in full in a second, because it's gonna blow my socks off like it blew his, I'm sure. His estimated cost was what the implants cost. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that being a thing, because, and that's the thing too with it, is that when it comes to crowns, I mean, they're so goddamn expensive. And we treatment planned a bridge for one of them. So it's like, oh yeah, even one of the treatments, you're gonna need to get 3 of them in a row. The implant was unusable. Oh, so was it one of those things where it's like we're gonna have to remove the implant, either do another one with a bone graft with all that other garbage, or is it just removing the implant and then just setting them up with a 3-unit, 4-unit bridge or something like that? Sometimes when patients go foreign for this, they will, it's not that they're doing something funny, but what they'll do is the dentist over there, wherever they got their work done at, will connect all the teeth as if it was a bridge, but there's like 1 or 2 teeth missing out of like a 11-unit connected bridge. So there's like no possible way to floss without actually having like floss threaders to go and put underneath the bridge. They're just terrible. They're called roundhouse bridges, but with that roundhouse bridge, at least they are there for stability, for connection. But I've seen some where they were just like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do it that way? Stop it. Space was too small. The teeth already had shifted together. Oh, that's unfortunate too. That if the space closure already happened, that yeah, like you mentioned, there's really not too much room. And I'm pretty sure he did it just to save a buck too, for like the major surgery. Because I mean, shoot, implants on its own, that's gonna be like $3,500 or something like that, just for them to screw that titanium implant into place. And then the other parts, the prefabricated abutment and the implant retained crown, that on its own is probably anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 just for that. So I'm pretty sure $1,500 gets him the implant, like a couple implants and a good cleaning session over there or whatever. So they definitely were in for a ride, I'm sure, when that time came, where whoever got to break down the treatment plan was not ready for his reaction. I'm sure we wouldn't have even attempted to implant. So the teeth were already too much of a close space already, and then whoever did the implant just was like, screw it, they paid me, so just get that done. I can see that being I can see that dentistry couldn't fit the healing abutment. Ooh, so that's a really tight space. Yeah, especially in those tight spaces, it's like, well, especially in some situations where you have that type of spacing, where as an alternative option, usually we would go from a RDI, a regular diameter implant, to an SDI, a small diameter implant, so we can have that smaller width in there, so you can send it, so we can stack something on top of there. But I'm pretty sure if they would have gotten the implant in there, which they did, but if they would have gotten an abutment and a crown on there, that there wouldn't have been any room for anything that would look realistic. It would have probably been like a childlike size, like molar. Oh God, I'm tired. But I gotta finish these earrings, or else I'm not gonna hear, or else I'm never gonna hear, stop hearing about it. The next sesh, while I have my boil out pieces going, which is going to be in, so I need to go and take these apart. Where is my, not this one. Here it is. I felt bad for the guy, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's unfortunate too. It's like, especially for some docs out there, they'll be like, hey, I'm sorry that kind of you got screwed on that situation. No one would have known. And sometimes they'll cut them a deal a little bit, but shoot, at some point it's just, this is on you. You did it. But I get, but yeah, I mean, I get it. I wouldn't, even myself, like I got into doing laboratory stuff so that if I ever did get to a denture, or I knew someone that needed a denture, that I can just do them up pretty easy and everything like that. But when it comes to those, dental procedures, man, that's gonna be the tougher situation. Alright, so I want this to have an order. It's gonna be my set here. So let's do my caninus, my lateral, my central, my other central. It's really in there. My lateral. Come on. Even though I don't need to take all the wax off, it's all gonna boil out anyways. And then my last canine. Alright. Don't need this wax anymore. We got my set, and I have this weird little order. Close the hatch. I have a little piece so that if it opens up or anything, it doesn't go, that it can't open up and fly everywhere. I'll go and get it into my little boil bath over here. Essentially all that's going to do is just sit in here, boil that wax off for a good little bit. Flip it over sometimes. Make it with a gold tooth. I'm telling you, I don't want to get into doing, I don't really want to get into making crowns, but I also kind of want to have the ability to make crowns in case I need to, if you know what I mean. But definitely, if I had any like gold at all, and I had a smelting machine to be able to melt it, that would be my next step. I kind of want to get into doing some metallurgy to be able to go and make certain things like grills or anything like that, or even like my partial metal frameworks. I would love to be able to have the ability of making those in-house, instead of having to send it out to another company to make me a metal framework. But that's one day in the future, hopefully, that I'll get into that situation. I know the grills will take off, but I just don't know. I'd have to go and then at that point get diamonds, learn how to set diamonds and everything like that. And that gets into a whole nother thing. Oh, that's right. Where's my miraculous stuff? Here it is. So you can at least see what the hell's going on. You're like, well, get back to the miraculous things. Let's go and take. I guess I can use my straight angle here and do my stuff while my other bit over here is boiling, which I think my teeth are done right about now too. Let me see. Doesn't take too long to boil off the wax, but they're just about done here. Not too bad. Gonna need to polish those. Dog. You know I'm gonna polish these. You know I got myself a setup. I have my what's it called over here? My my lathe. Let me go and see if I can pop this over here. I got my lathe over here that I'm gonna use to polish it. It's not gonna take too long, but I got all my stuff ready for that next sesh, or for that next portion here. In a little bit. I got a couple things going on. I'm making my denture ring, which I'm working on those teeth, and then I got my miraculous crap going on. But let's try to get my miraculous things done, and then I'm gonna have to wire bend it, pour it up. Got the rag wheel, everything all set. Yep, I got my polisher rag wheel. I got my pumice wheel and everything. It's just ready for me. It's begging. Hey, get over to me. Bring it on over, Papa Miller. And so right now, this is going to be my ladybug set. And so with that, if I go and peek in a little bit, we'll see right now that it's just black and really not too visible. Let me go and pull in my focus. I hear something. Do I have something playing? No, I don't have them playing. I could have swore I heard feedback. Okay, so let's go and expose the red that's hiding behind this and see my little moo cow spots. Alright, let me go, and I do want to keep using this. Why is that wet? Okay. Let me get some of this extra piece over here off of Cat Noir's. Idea. What's the idea? You tell me. What do you got? I'm all ears. I'll take requests. Can you do a test prep class on the side? Pretty much I could. If I have the knowledge, which definitely I do have the knowledge, and if I had probably made up a type of like, not curriculum, but if I made up a type of like practice test and made like a couple different versions of it, I'm sure I could have that run. The only thing that I can see as controversial when it comes to it is, really, they can go and sit on one if they find anything bad about it, because essentially I'm making pretty much, hopefully people do better things. That's the thing. As far as conflict of interest, we help you guys be able to get ready for the RDA test and everything like that, but we don't have any type of training beyond that we offer to the students. It's pretty much get you all set and through, get your certs and everything sent off to the places where they need to be, and after that, it's pretty much if you do come back to lab or class, and I help you out and everything like that, that's essentially just me doing extra, because it's not mandated in my curriculum, it's not mandated in my workflow to do test prep or anything like that. It's just something that I do because I like all of you and I want you guys to succeed and everything like that. So we just do that on like Fridays whenever someone wants to schedule it or anything, or if you just walk in and I have time and I have the stuff, we can do it. But I totally would like to do something like that. And if I start getting more traction where I actually have dental people coming to the stream and everything, I would love to be able to kind of have a free-for-all, ask it, we'll answer it, let's talk through it. But to actually have it probably like a monetization type of deal. I mean, even if I sold like a test prep class, or like you were kind of saying, we just go the old Patreon method and everything like that. That could be other ways to be able to say, hey, you guys have earned this specific stream or the specific tools and everything to be able to do it. I can make it more online and accessible. And then for like higher tiers, if you want to have like last minute test preparation study before you go and take your test, I can totally see that being a thing. But I will tell you this. Quite recently, I tried to do this, what I'm doing here. Hey, dental questions and answers. If any of you are at certain parts of your time in your schooling, wherever you are at, whether you're on the job or you're in a school or you're in a 12-week class or a 12-week program or whatever, you can come find this dude that just likes to sit here and talk and ask about anything, and I will answer it to the best of my ability. It was super frowned upon that I was doing that. And so no longer do I advertise that through the people or things that I know. So pretty much a lot of this and what I have for my channel and everything is pretty much just word of mouth. Find it if you can find it, if you think that there's something and everything. Essentially they didn't, but essentially they didn't. I kind of understand what they mean by it. There's ways to do it that can kind of align, but the thing about it also is I don't want my extra stuff that I do off on the side to be owned by anyone else other than myself, and to have complete control and freedom on my other things that I do and not have to be restricted. So exactly. And that's why I wanted to potentially have it, is to be able to make a partnership and stuff like that. But then I was told at another type of situation, through another type of incident, that that the way that certain places teach it that the way that certain places teach it may not be in line with the ways that others might teach it. So if they hear conflicting opinions about certain procedures or certain styles or certain ways that your skills are done, that could put a sour taste in your school's way of teaching it. Oh, well, this random dude over here online said that you could do it like this. Why aren't we doing it like that? And so they want to try to keep that to a minimum as much as possible. Understandable. Cool. So essentially, I'm just going to keep on doing whatever I'm doing solo. And like I mentioned, I'll still keep on doing this and putting it out there. But if one day they end up coming to their senses and they're like, hey, we will try to work with what you got and everything, I would love to be able to make it work. I would love to even just do something like a sponsorship where it's like, hey, with the help from viewers like you and so, that we are able to make this thing happen. And so that's something that hopefully one day in the future it could be either a joint venture, or if people are separate entities at one point and they want to make these little connections because no longer a conflict of interest is happening, that can be something else that can happen too. So future plans, hopefully things get solved as they need to, but this is pretty much my side thing. I mean, both of these things are working at the bench, doing the things that I like and know, and working on stream, saying things that I like and know, and still teaching and doing things that I like and know. Exactly. That's the hard part too, is that and that's the thing that I liked about it. And the main thing that I had not too much issues with is that with their own channel that they already have on there are old instructors that are no longer with us within that company, that their name and likeness and everything like that is still owned essentially through those videos and through whatever teaching sessions. There's only like 2 or 3 dental assistant videos that are actually put up on there, but so it's not too crazy. But I have a feeling if there was to be some type of agreement and everything like that, and two things were to work together, definitely the hard line in the sand is, hey, you guys get essentially ad space and you get kind of like an endorsement, but essentially keeping it two separate entities, hopefully. But also another thing about it too is just I'm just not used to working with larger companies. I'm not used to working with high corporate ladders and everything. I mean, I worked in private offices. It was me, then it was the hygienist, and it was the doctor. And so there wasn't too many rungs or ladders I had to climb before I got to talk to the big boss, and things we were able to talk about and get things established. Whereas in big companies, it's chain of command, approval from that next chain of command to go to the next one and get things resolved as they go along. It's something that I just need to get used to. But I would love I would love the channel to be able to flourish, because I would love to be able to have more eyeballs and ear holes learning to make everything hopefully a better place out there, and give people options that they can learn alternatively from not just schooling systems or institutions. That it's like, hey, if you did have the option of doing on-the-job trained, and your doctor was like, hey, I'm going to give you a shot, but you're going to have to do some of the heavy work on your own and do some research, that they can just come to all these random channels and be like, hey, I went to this place and it kind of went into detail about how to mix impression and take it. And there was some memes in there, so I kind of remembered it. And then I used this other channel to help me, and this and that. So essentially another thing too. Exactly. And that's the thing, is they're going online more and more. Yeah. It would benefit schools to have an online social presence, and that's what I want to be able to do, is be able to keep my process going, and then hopefully still be within the system so that they can recognize and be like, hey, we already have someone that is doing all this. We just have to they just have to work with me a little bit more. And the thing too that I like about it is that I know the curriculum. I know what they're trying to teach. I know the certain spots that they're trying to hit, or the certain things out there that they want to kind of focus on. So it's something that I'm trying to keep in mind to work with, and not to just kind of fly solo and everything. But hopefully branches of this tree will start to bloom, and I'm on part of it. So it's hopefully in the future. Hopefully it's in the cards, in the plans, right? But what should be in the cards right now is getting this earring. One day it'll bite them, and that's the thing, is that one day they'll learn, and they'll try to catch up to the other schools that are doing it that way, and hopefully they remember their old buddy Miller. But definitely, it's all majority of the time heading online. So they more likely won't be avoiding it for too much longer, but they definitely need to definitely start having more of a presence out there. And I tried to be like, hey, I reached out to every single campus, and I was like, hey, if your new students that have their first weekend wants to have a extra mentoring session, I'm gonna hold a tutoring session. If they want to join in on the video, they can come on over. Here's a QR code. But that's where I made the mistake, apparently, and that wasn't the way to handle it. So I gotta go do it in a different method. So the main thing is focus on the ones that I have right now. Focus on you guys. Focus on the ones that are in class. And I'll keep on growing. Alright, so I got a very rough interpretation of Cat Noir's. Not his miraculous, not his specific item, but his pretty much his symbol on this. And actually, it came out a lot better than I thought it was going to be because, like I mentioned, the one that I had before did not. The one that I had before did not show the green that well. And so I got something here. It pretty much just looks like a paw, like a freaking jaguar's paw or something like that. But I'm gonna go and clean up this this ladybug one. I'll take it over to the lathe. That's what it is, the lathe, and then I'll get that all fixed up. All right. All right, let me go and clean up my mess real quick. All right, so it's polishing time. Let me go and get my section set up a little bit more for the polishing to happen. And also let me get my rag wheel nice and wet too, so that that's just set and ready. Cool. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get LaCam moved over here. Get that pressure pot out of the way. I think, let's see, am I gonna need need make water? I'll make water in a second if I need to. Oh, never mind. I don't want to because that crap has wax in it, so I don't want that to really happen too much. Let me get this in focus. Other direction. Cool. Awesome. So, with that, before I go and start this up, because it is wet and it's just going to fling water everywhere, I want to go and have a small little lip to catch all of that. Oh, I unplugged my lathe. Shouldn't be doing that. All right. So let's make sure I got my pumice all thoroughly mixed up so I got my soup going on. A little too watery. So let's go and dry that out a little bit. Let's go and soak that excess water up. There we go. That should work there. Alright. That's pretty much set. And where's my stuff? Let's get my hummusing action going. I want some of this actually. Alright. Get that out of there. Alright, we got this. We got Cat Noir's fairly polished up, or fairly hummused up, so now it's smooth. Let's get Ladybugs going. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and get what I got, which is these big old mess balls right here. Get these rinsed off here real quick. We'll be back here polishing them up. Alright, we got my pieces, which are just smoothed out. So they don't really got any shimmer and shine to them too much, but they are smooth. Let me get normal. Let me get servos going. So at the moment, it's kind of what I have going on right now. Nothing too crazy, dull as hell right now. They got a little shine to them, a little bit of light bounce, but now that we got a decent thing going on in here, now we're gonna add the next part, which we don't need these anymore. We don't need my hummusing wheel, so we'll go and put these off to the side for now. But we do go and switch over to my muslin wheel, my rag wheel. Yeah, a little clear coat on the top is gonna make it super nice. Nice little clear acrylic over it. It's gonna be beautiful. With this, let's get this all nice and set. Go pop that over. Let me make this stop rattling. There we go. Finally it shuts up. Alright, a little bit of water. And then I can go and take some high shine that we have. And with that high shine on there, we got a before, if it would focus, we got a little bit of something that goes on before, and this stuff freaking hurts because it catches friction really good. I'll go and polish half of it. Good. And so you can kind of see a rough version of a half polished one and the other half which has just been pumiced. And so right now, where is it? This side is going to be my polished side, which has a little bit more light bounce, and the other part over here is a little bit dull. So let me go hit this with a little bit more gusto. Okay. Let me go do a little bit of this. Good. So I got a little bit of shine to it now. Go and stop that. I'm gonna go and switch over to a different rag wheel that has a little bit of different polishing agent on it. I can actually get it off without slicing my skin. Nope, that doesn't want to come off too easy. Where is my other piece? Where's my grip snaps? I can move over to this one, which is going to be my Tripoli. That there. So small to hold. Okay. And clear this sucker out for a little bit. Move back over here. Reposition myself where I need to. Boop, 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 doop. See the. Where's. There it is. Alright. I got this. This is going to be tomorrow's deal. Done with doing that for now. I now need to bend some wire for this, which I'm going to use some stainless. I gotta work tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. I need to actually do it too. I got a class to teach tomorrow, so I am in the same exact boat. I will see you later. Thanks, Ben, for stopping by for some conversation. It was some good stuff. Oh, hey, Frey. What's up?
I thought you were smart not making it because it was here.
Oh, you want to take a look at the earrings? Miraculous. And
Oh.
Cat Noir, right?
But actually, Dad.
Yeah.
Actually, can you make can you make the paw the paw like a little bit dark?
You want this paw's darker? Because watch, look what it looks like when I bring it up. Because I have I thought I had a picture here. Oh no, I do have a picture. It's right here. So that's the picture of what it kind of looks like. And so that's what I have right here. So it could be a little bit greener, but I'll end up making another one. Oh, the whole gang's coming over here. Alright. Alright, I got you girls. Come here, love. Yeah, picky. I know, right? Let me see. Come here, baby. Oh, both of them decide to wake up. Yeah, it's time for me to go then. All right, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. Have a good night.